please stand for the academic procession. Good. Please remain standing if you are able for the singing of One Canada, followed by a welcome song sung by Nina Assiniboine and Tyson Henry. Oh, Canada, our home on native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits, et ta valeur deux fois trompée protégera nos foyers et nos droits. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to take a moment to review a few housekeeping announcements. Students, when you have received your degree, please go directly back to your seat. We are pleased to provide a live webcast of this ceremony for all family and friends who were unable to join us in person today. Welcome to all of those who are viewing this ceremony online. There is a quiet room for parents, children, and others who wish to use the space and view the proceedings by live stream on the second floor. We have first aid responders present. Our volunteers will assist you should you require attention.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Todd Mondor. I'm the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, and it's my privilege to declare open this session of the 122nd Convocation for the University of Winnipeg. It's okay to clap. It's all right. I'd like to acknowledge, as we begin proceedings, that we're gathered on Treaty 1 land in the heart of the Métis homeland, and the water we depend on is sourced from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation. This acknowledgement reflects our commitment as individuals and as a university to work together with Indigenous peoples on a path of reconciliation founded on trusting, meaningful relationships and mutual respect. Part of that commitment relates to welcoming and supporting Indigenous students, and it's wonderful to see many proudly graduating today. Before addressing graduates, I'd like first to recognize members of the Platform Party. Chancellor Bard Gamy, University of Winnipeg Board of Regents Chair Stephen Jonasson, University of Winnipeg Alumni Association President Judith Newman, Fellowship United College recipient Dr. Brian Stevenson, Distinguished Alumni recipient Mr. John Wolfert, Vice President, Research and Innovation and Acting Vice President Academic Dr. Gino DeStasio, and Vice President, Finance and Administration Mr. Navinder Basra. They're joined on the platform by other members of the university's senior administration, including Associate Vice Presidents, Deans, and Associate Deans, along with student leaders and faculty members. All have played an essential role in supporting the achievements we are gathered here today to honor. In addition to the members of the Platform Party, I'd like to acknowledge and thank all members of the University of Winnipeg community, staff, instructors, and faculty, whose daily care and commitment support student development and success in ways both large and small. I can safely say for everyone that Convocation represents one of the proudest days of the year for every employee at the university, for it marks the attainment of a goal for which students have worked so hard. And that, of course, is why we gather today, to honor and celebrate your success, graduates, in completing your academic program. This is a significant accomplishment and an important milestone in your life, an achievement that has come after years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. So today is very much a day for celebration. And as we celebrate your graduation, we must also recognize you completed your program under truly exceptional and sometimes seemingly constantly changing educational circumstances necessary to respond to the global pandemic. I don't want to dwell on the disruptions caused by the pandemic, but instead focus on your ability to persevere through them. In responding to unanticipated and unimagined changes in instructional approach and assessment methods, you demonstrated the ability to adapt and persevere in the face of challenges and obstacles, and that's a strength which will serve you well throughout your life. In addition to the resilience that you've acquired, you will of course have acquired a foundation of knowledge and skills upon which you may build a future. The way forward may not be straight. It is so for very few. Some of you may be certain of your next steps, and others of you may not. Wherever your journey leads you, trust that the education you received here with us at the University of Winnipeg will serve you well. It's important to recognize that not every step will represent a monumental success. Embrace setbacks and challenges not as endpoints, but as learning opportunities and mere detours on the way to the next achievement. Believe in yourself. Have confidence in what you've learned, in what you can do, and in what you can contribute to the world. And as you move ahead, I invite you to keep Nelson Mandela's words in mind, that there's no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you're capable of living. In your journey, I encourage you to strive to be the best version of yourself. And your best self is evident not only in major accomplishments, but also, and most importantly, in your day-to-day life and your relationship with others. We live in a wonderful country and world, but nevertheless must grapple with the harms of war, famine, hate, discrimination, and rapidly increasing levels of polarization and intolerance. I urge you to apply the knowledge you've gained, your experience in a university where diversity is valued and respected, and the critical thinking and listening skills you've developed here to lead change. Embrace our common humanity, even in the face of differences and disagreement. Recognize that facts matter more than opinion, that character and integrity are more important than labels, and that we're never stronger than when we love, care for, and support one another. In addition to congratulating our graduating class, I'd also like to acknowledge all the family and friends here today, without whom the success we're celebrating would have been more difficult, if not impossible. As a parent of a University of Winnipeg graduate myself, I know well how proud you are today. I know, too, that students have benefited greatly over the years from your support, your love, and your guidance. So as much as we're gathered here to honor graduates, we also honor the tremendously important role family and friends have played in their accomplishment. So I'd like to ask all of the graduates to join me in showing your appreciation for the support you've received. Graduates, we're grateful to have had you studying and learning with us. We're better for the talents and enthusiasm and passion you brought to our campus. I invite you to find a quiet moment today or tomorrow to reflect on your journey here at the University of Winnipeg and to feel pride in your accomplishment and in your triumph. Pride that I and the entire University of Winnipeg community also feels for each and every one of you. Please, everyone, join me in a round of applause for our graduating class. I'd like now to invite Chancellor Barb Gammy to the podium to address graduates.
Thank you. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Barb Gammy, Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg. It's my great honor and privilege to be part of your graduation celebration today. We're here to recognize the dedication, tenacity, and strength you have shown to reach this moment today. You are future leaders, change makers, and problem solvers who will make a positive difference in our world. We know you will make all of us, your professors, your family, your friends, and other supporters proud of what you'll accomplish in the years to come. Your futures will look different, but remember, find work that you love, appreciate the folks you have around you, use your skills and your great minds, and live your values, your futures will be bright. This is a special day on our campus, and I look forward to celebrating your accomplishments together later today. The next item on today's program is a presentation and confirmation of our Fellowship in United College recipient. Those who receive Fellowship in United College have provided distinguished service to the University of Winnipeg. This afternoon's recipient is Dr. Brian Stevenson. Dr. Stevenson will be introduced by Dr. Neil Besner, also a Fellow in United College. Dr. Besner.
I have the pleasure of presenting Dr. Brian Stevenson, who is the recipient of Fellowship in United College. As Provost and Vice President Academic from 2006 to 2010, Dr. Stevenson brought steady leadership to the university, all while imparting a vision that strengthened UWinnipeg's reputation locally, nationally, and globally. His impact resonates to this day. Among the many initiatives that Dr. Stevenson led during his time at UWinnipeg was the establishment of the Faculty of Business and Economics. His commitment to accessibility for low-income students helped shape the present-day campus, and strategies implemented by Dr. Stevenson assisted in attracting Indigenous students, new Canadians, and adult learners. He also took leadership in implementing numerous supports, such as the Opportunity Fund and the Model School. Chancellor Gamy, I request that you confer upon Dr. Brian Stevenson Fellowship in United College in recognition of his exemplary record of service, his distinguished scholarship, and his long-standing commitment and contributions to the university.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I grant you, Dr. Brian Stevenson, Fellowship in United College with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Congratulations again to Dr. Stevenson. I had the honor and pleasure of working with him for many years. So, good afternoon. I'm Gino D'Estasio. It's now my pleasure to recognize our Distinguished Alumni Award recipient for this afternoon. I'll ask that Mr. Ulford stand, please. Mr. Ulford was an exemplary student who embodied leadership and passion throughout his time at the University of Winnipeg with Westman Athletics men's volleyball program. It's thus no surprise that he brought those same qualities to his role as president and COO of True North Sports Plus Entertainment and the Winnipeg Jets Hockey Club. During his tenure, Mr. Ulford has been instrumental in the development of the new Canada Life Centre and Hockey for All program. He was also involved in the acquisition of the Winnipeg Jets and certainly the return of the AHL's Manitoba Moose. Outside of his work, he remains active in the community, both coaching and on the boards of directors of many organizations, including Youth Sports, Volleyball Manitoba, and the True North Youth Foundation. For his considerations to our community and contributions, both on campus and throughout Winnipeg, the University of Winnipeg is proud to present John Ulford with a Distinguished Alumni Award.
I now call upon Chancellor Gamy to confer the degrees. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I request you to confer upon these candidates the degree for which they have qualified.
Now the most important part. By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit all of those present and those receiving degrees in absentia to the degrees for which the prescribed studies have been completed with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Chancellor, I now beg leave to present the graduates for congratulations. Graduates may shift your cap tassels to the left as you are now graduates of the University of Winnipeg. The graduate degrees will be presented by the Dean of Graduate Studies, Manish Pandey. The degrees in science will be presented by the Dean of Science, Doug Goltz. First, the recipients of the Master of Science degree, receiving the Graduate Student of Highest Distinction Award, Eilina Constance Benoit. Melanie Taylor Irvin de Pena. Danila Morozovsky. Fatima Mubin. Jatin Prakash Patel. Anjor Vishwas Rao. Rabia Wasim. Swati Yaganati. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science Honours degree, presented by Dr. Goltz. Omosolewa Olajomoke Adaboyi. Genevieve Naomi Robbie Blanchard. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Science Honours Program, the Gold Medal in Honours Biology, the O.T. Anderson Trophy, and the Stars of Spence Student Prize, as well as today's valedictorian, Simon Wolfe de Pasquale. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honours Applied Computer Science, Kushveer Dhillon. Katrin Elizabeth Irene Ham. Colin Francis Hanlon Dearman. Shenali Thisala Herath. Jashandeep Kaur. Sherin Kaur. Avery Nicole Keene. Daniel Cott. Ria Komar. Dylan Pierce Liley. Receiving the Ron Norton Prize in Psychology, undergraduate, Piper Rylan Paul McMurchie. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honours Biology, Fiona Jane McNichol. Mon Francis Monterde Obtial. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honours Biochemistry, Winner Pathak. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honours Mathematics, Shadel Marie Purcell. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in Science Honours Program, the Gold Medal in Honours Neuroscience, and the University of Winnipeg Golden Key Chapter Convocation Scholarship, Luke Benjamin John Regier. Cameron Matthew Simbulan. Navkaran Singh. Vimaldeep Sandhu. Megan Nicole Smith. Sasha Christopher Sven. Calician Kapanis Warmington. Narjas Amiri. The recipients of the Bachelor of Science 4-year degree, receiving the gold medal in 4-year chemistry, Carlin Aidan Quinn Anderson. Gurleen Kaur Alak. Justine Bercier Iyer. Emily Pearl Borskavich. Emily Kate Bruce. John Apol Morales Casidsid. Ariane Denise Castro. Peyton Leah Chan. Charlie Church. Rudiger Atwood Clifford. Christina Colmer. Kirsten Elizabeth Corbett Constant. Samantha Nicole Crozier. Receiving the gold medal in 4-year biology, Caitlin Serena Curé. Isabelle Kayla de Leon. Laura Ann Diddick. Jessica Lee Dick. Caitlin Ashley Fennell. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in science, 4-year, and the gold medal in 4-year applied computer science, Sarah Christina Freund. Navreen Kaur Gill. Nathaniel Valenzuela Gruezo. Jude Nimesh Gunasekera. Rachel Hamlin. Alexia Lily Hardy. Sage Judy Marie Horatio Pang. Amy Sarah Clausen. Athena Gabrielle Kudu. Raquel Lorenzo. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in science, four-year program, Dmytro Lyubashenko. Emily McNaughton. Emmanuel Reyes Madlangsake. Graham David Mays. Kaylin Middleton. Ishika Mittal. Isha Nitesh Kumar Moda. Skylar Kiran Nawar. Kush Navinchandra Patel. Receiving the gold medal for four-year statistics, Jeffrey Peich. Emma Ruth Ranney. John Adriel Reyes. Christopher Lee Sainsbury. Sharuka Sambanthan. Alexa Maggie Saber. Curtis James Stevens. Aaron Summers. Alex Marie Vandenacker. Riley Joseph Verslewis. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in science, 4-year, and the Gold Medal in 4-year biochemistry, Arshdeep Warha. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science 3-year degree. Toluwalope Daniel Adedoyan. Nupur Agarwal. Christopher Ibsa Ahmed. Khadija Zachariah Al-Mumin. Jean Demnard Alkiza. Ashman Verma. Jemi Ramashbai Aslalia. Sumit Singh Aulak. Rupanjot Singh Bedwan. Jashandeep Singh Bains. Daniela Maria Balmer. Tia Elizabeth Bartel Enns. Nathan Gameya Babuga. Eunice Marie Armada Bicoy. Andriy Bobelyak. Kobe Joshua Buer. Raymart Kawel Kaluag. Colin Lorenzo Chartrand. Abhishek. Navdeep Singh Chima. Artyom Kim. Luis Daniel de los Santos Conseco. Cheyenne Michaela Ferreira Coquette. Caitlin Dawn Svitan. Sandeep Dahal. Kishan Kumar Ghanshyambai Dankesha. Puneet Danoa. Oshin Daral. Ariane Dingra. Marizen Cruz Duay. Lee Tan Duong. Nikayla Rita Lynn Lyman Ford. Benita Frater. Kriti Galhotra. Coral Gidgarts. Daniel Gidgarts. Amanpreet Singh Gill. Gursimranjit Singh Gill. Kulwinder Singh Gill. Shivi Goyal. Gurveer Singh Gruwal. Kiranpreet Kaur Gruwal. Evan Michael Hera. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year bioanthropology, Madalena Cheryl Jacobson. Bhavya Jindal. Austin Michael Johnson. Pradeep Kandel. Ashirwad Deepak Kataria. Amreen Kaur. Avnur Kaur. Gerline Kaur. Harnur Kaur. Chashanpreet Kaur. Jobanpreet Kaur. Kanwalpreet Kaur. Loveleen Kaur. Manroop Kaur. Navnur Kaur. Sukhwinder Kaur. Sumanpreet Kaur. Varinder Pal Kaur. Sukhmeen Kaur Kangura. Mandeep Kumar. Jatin Lekhi. BJ Adrian Vince Monghe Lamosang. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in science, 3-year program, Richard Dominic Bueno Leun. Cole James Magnus. Bishavdeep Mahal. Jillian Rose Malchuk. Harshleen Kaur Mann. Alexander Nicholas Marr. Reagan Lindsay Marsh. Manveer Singh Matharu. Vlad Mayak. Sydney Francis Mead. Tiandra Mighty. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year chemistry, Sasha Krishna Moda. Jencent Regalado Monastrial. Krishnan Radhakrishnan. La Huang Huang Nguyen. Nicholas Myron Nenich. Lorraine Tatenda Nyagombo. Iwomao Gandazanio Okurufe. Yaroslav Maxim Patches. Mariah Jessa Faye Sinyo Palag. Karan Jayashbai Patel. Lucy Lalit Kumar Patel. Near Lalit Kumar Patel. Priya Patel. Rutvik Patel. Viraj Nitesh Patel. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in science, 3-year, and the 3-year major medal in biochemistry, Jonah Wiseman Perlmutter. Thi Tao Vi Pan. Raghunath Prabhakar. Zilkaran Prajapati. Malik Punj. Jade Alexis Rezan. Ananya Sechdeva. Ma Pauline Michaela Sadeya. Inderdeep Sagu. Chantal Alexandra Evesila Sanchez. Vikram Singh Sandhu. Sania. Alexandra Nicole Martin Santos. Sean Krishnan Sorin. Jenny Devangbai Shaw. Deepika Sharma. Samir Sharma. Suvansh Shukla. Ekamjit Singh Sidhu. Caitlin Victoria Raposo Silva. Simran. Ajay Paul Singh. Armanjeet Singh. Bhavneet Singh. Gagandeep Singh. Gursimran Singh. Harjeet Singh. Harpreet Singh Panjab. Jasbir Singh. Jashanpreet Singh. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year applied computer science, Jeetpal Singh. Labdeep Singh. Lovepreet Singh. Parmeet Singh. Parmveer Singh. Robinpreet Singh. Vishaldeep Singh. Skylar Thomas Lewis. Vatsal Babashbai Soni. Benjamin Peter Steinman. Pray Dinesh Kumar Suthar. Michaela Swan. Shivrit Kaur Tagar. Paul Tokar. Amber Tran. Ashima Verma. Sahil Virdi. Matthew William Kelvin Ward. Sierra Leanne Weeb. Omowunmi Tobachukwu Alo Williams. Isaiah William Zacharias. Amy Mackenzie Zettergren. And now the recipients of the Master of Arts in Economics will be presented by Dean of Graduate Studies Manish Pandey. Anastasia Chantal Marie Twist. Ebenezer Nana Duku. Uchechukwu Ifoneya Uibo. Receiving the Graduate Student of Highest Distinction Award, Apurva Gangwani. Fatma Mejabin. Naushin Nauer. An Ko Nguyen. Chinwendu Juliana Naji. Favor Udadirim Munachimso Okarere. Babatunde Yusuf Sawarao. Yiran Zhao. Now, the undergraduate degrees in economics and finance and business administration will be presented by Dean Hugh Grant. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts 4-year in economics and finance, Ansh Vade. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts 3-year in economics, Olabisi Opayeme Abdul Karim. Mohammed Kamrul Islam. Victor Onyedikachi Okere. Elsa Owusu. Now, the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration 4-year degree, Hira An. Kyra Lee Allerton. Monique Melaine Bailey. Diana Condino Bassa. Jaden Romano Bobien. Precious Dabu Kabalag. Kimberly Ann Capiendo. Angelica Castro. Naver Singh Chahal. Cheng Cheng Chen. d'Alain Marc-Joseph de Graaf. Jamaica de Ocoreza. Tran Vuong Tien Diep. Josephine Domka Dubinsky. Rachel Lynn Elias. Kaylan Riley Friesen. Tori Michael Paul Friesen. Shelby Monica Gake Franz. Sarah Dorothy Gage. Angel Beatrice Panganiban Gamez. Joshua Bruce Gandier. Manveer Singh Gill. Mitchell Thomas Grindeen. Jubran Hafiz. Callie Elizabeth Ham. Cam Nok Ho. Danica Jolene Hofer. Angelou Jade Swing Ignacio. Momina Ijaz. Visis Kavinda Indraratne. Hassin Ishraq. Samantha Marie Jones. Mandy Elena Sherelle Joseph. Ravdeep Singh Kambo. Eliza Ray Saria Ko. Mei Shi Liu. Kimberly Magbag. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Business and Economics 4-year program, the Gold Medal in 4-year Business and Administration, and the CPA Graduation Prize in Business and Administration, Nair Magali. Nyasha Tinotenda Malazi. Feliza Montemayor. Aika Veron Navidad. Max Neufeld. Mola Abdus Suzan Nup. Cale Lamont Olfert. Jonas Dave Oquendo. Zipporah Janae Peters. John Michael Quidolis. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in Business and Economics 4-year program, Abiel Sarila Ramirez. Fiel Ramos. Jordan Dawn Marie Reed. Madeleine Geneviève Robert. Madison Alyssa Ray Rambaugh. Syra Movila Sabio. Carissa May Schmidt. Herman Schein. Iqbal Singh. Mackenzie Leon Wilfred Stewen. Carla Danielle Switzer. Anna Silka. Lizelle Tapawan. Jazkirat Kaur Tatla. Manjot Singh Tind. Fatakarn Singh Tour. Xavieri Yona Verzosa. Mackenzie Spencer Allen Warren. Li Zhang. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration 3-year degree, Ashraful Alam. Hannah Angelina Maria Almeida. Aryan Anand. Deepanshu Arora. Ishan Arora. Arshar Akya. Ami Adrik Barkat. Dishant Virendra Kumar Belani. Sanchit Batla. Yuvraj Singh Banduhal. Abhinav Bhatt. Shweta Bumbla. Hargun Brar. Receiving the gold medal for a 3-year combined major, Lauren Ray Brigham. Bobby Chang. Eddie Chang. Rebecca Chaparria. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Business and Economics 3-year program, Manisha Acharya Dakal. Jaspinder Kaur Dillon. Kellen Vanessa Ducharme. Elior Fagelman. Sophie Lina Fonseca. Eric Friesen. Erin Tekla Gebrehewa. Huen Tao Gu. Sukmanjot Kaur Hans. Joshua Ulrich Hars. Taehyung Hwang. Ibrahim Teli Jallo. Abdul Wajid Jatoy. Isha Jorawal. Sarabjot Kainth. Karan. Jasmine Kaur. Jaspreet Kaur. Just wait. Komal Sandhu. Prabsimran Kaur. Shubreet Kaur. Calvin Lamb. Matthew David Klish. Adi Koifman Shagan. Ripple Madan.
The first name is fine. And the last name is
Hasnain Malik. Kyle Jeffrey McCoy. Donaska Natasha Miller. Duncan Reed Mortimer. Sahil Nagpal. Ria Nigam. Faderera Anulowa Kobe Oshiman. Trisha Paezo. Harshil Anil Kumar Patel. Ravi Patel. Zeel Bhavik Kumar Patel. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year business and administration, Joshua Francisco Raposo. Carolini Rathsan Roquetto. Sagar Gandhi. Mohammed Ahmed Sefi. Shanika Kumari Devagi. Hannah Santiago. Angelica Jen Seguinte. Priyanshu Setia. Moyoso Reolua Shobo. Lindsay Sinclair. Amolakdeep Singh. Gurkaran Sawak Singh. Harnoor Singh. Harsimranjit Singh. Navdeep Singh. Raymond S.V. Yuvraj Singh. Sibat Abraham Solomon. Jay Tank. Navdeep Kaur Tour. Franklin Chukwuebuke Owaje. Renia Milen Velasco. Angela Marie Villegas. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in business and economics, 3-year, Huang Phuong Trinh Vu. Ryan Jeffrey Walk. Simrit Walia.
Warrior.
Sunena Wariach. Ayush Yadav. Dustin Garrett Zimanski.
I am pleased to present the graduating class of Spring 2023. I now have the pleasure of presenting this year's valedictorian, Simon De Pasquale, who is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science honors in biology. A member of the Upper Mohawk Band, Six Nations of the Grand River Territory, Simon's passion for the outdoors, fish, and science led him to pursue research with the goal of protecting and managing Indigenous fisheries. Under the guidance of Dr. Caleb Hasler and Dr. Jennifer Jeffrey, his research has been presented at 4 national science conferences and will lead to several publications. He plans to continue his important research at Wilfrid Laurier University, where he will work on to obtain his Master of Science. Please join me in welcoming Simon De Pasquale.
Ms. Chancellor, Mr. President, distinguished guests, faculty, fellow graduates, family, and friends, good afternoon. I am humbled and honored to be able to share a few words on behalf of the graduating class. Standing here and looking back at my peers and seeing so many familiar faces is a wonderful recap of my time here at the University of Winnipeg. And since I've had the pleasure of getting to know so many of you and the hard work that you have put in to get to this point today, firstly, I want to say congratulations to us all. Whether we were in a science, business, or economics program, we were challenged, and there were times when we all struggled. But with diligence, we have prevailed, and we are here today to celebrate our efforts. Of course, we did not accomplish this alone. Also in the room are professors, instructors, family, and friends, whom we eagerly thank and acknowledge as they celebrate with us. Valedictorian speeches are a time to reflect on the past and to look forward to the future. As I look back, I think about my first experience at UW. It came long before I started my undergrad when I was in middle school. My parents teach at UW, and for a Bring Your Kid to Work day, my dad let me sit in on one of his lectures. When the class was over, he enthusiastically came over to check on me. Well, I'm sure that he was hoping I had found his class inspirational. Instead, to his chagrin, he discovered that I had just used my time to strip off a giant section of paint that I had noticed was peeling on the wall next to me. Personally, I like to think I found the class boring because I was 12. but I was never allowed to sit in on another of his lectures, so maybe he was just dull. Anyways, at best I could guess you could say that my first opinion of UW was that it needed a little TLC. When I came here for real a few years later, I'm sure like many of you, I came to appreciate all of the cosmetic quirks because the people here make this a special place. On that note, I wanted to highlight a few individuals who helped me during my undergrad. While these stories are personal, I've gotten to know enough students to be confident that they are a shared student experience for many of us. So, when I recount my own experiences, I know that other graduates here are likewise thinking about the individuals who supported them. An asset the UW likes to promote to recruit new students is the smaller class size and hence the promise of more interactive student-professor relationships. And although the smaller class sizes are conducive to more interactivity, I found that it is actually the professors and instructors themselves initiating these relationships. I can think of instances where even in a large first or second year class, I had professors who learned the name of every student. I remember especially how Dr. Susan Lingle in biology showed up early for classes and walked around the room chatting with us students. From these conversations, she discovered our ambitions and helped guide us towards our goals. For instance, when she learned that I was passionate about fish and fishing, she helped me strategize ways to connect to fish research on campus. She also helped me connect to the university student chapter of the Wildlife Society that became important in my development and as a way to give back to campus. Unavoidably, learning course materials is the standard university experience, but more importantly, our time here was an opportunity for self-learning. I've witnessed many accounts of professors giving students real-world experiences and helping guide their career paths. Personally, I learned a lot about myself by doing undergraduate research. For this, I owe a huge debt to Dr. Caleb Hassler. As a first-year student, I nervously approached Dr. Hassler at a biology meet and greet looking for any sort of research or work experience. I was welcomed into his fish biology lab, which became a second home to me. There I gained experience in the lab, in the field, and in professional settings like conferences. Working with the graduate students in his lab gave me a glimpse of something that I wanted for myself, and I'll take what I've learned from them into my next phase as a grad student. I'm also grateful to Dr. Jennifer Jeffrey, who sacrificed countless hours of her already busy life to help me with my honors research and taught me a thing or two about persistence. Because of mentors like Dr. Hassler and Dr. Jeffrey, UW students were able to discover things that interest them. Thank you to the family members of the graduates. We all know that you have done the brunt of the work to make this accomplishment possible for so many of us. You have offered unwavering support in so many different forms, financial, physical, and emotional. You were our first role models, mostly an example of what to do, and sometimes what not to do, but hey, that's important too. I thank my mom and dad for inspiring my love of the outdoors and giving me every opportunity possible to nurture that passion into a career. Of course, it was my peers who had the biggest impact on making the UW an enjoyable place to be. Minutes into my first class, I sat down in a random desk and was immediately greeted with a handshake by the stranger beside me. And kind moments like that continued throughout the entirety of my degree. So, whether we connected through a club, or we shared a workout in our cozy weight room, or we met remotely through Zoom, thank you all for that atmosphere of camaraderie and excitement. Without each other, it would not have been possible for any of us to become passionate about our studies or our future. Without the support of our peers, success would also have been impossible. Personally, I made the most friends in those really demanding courses. It seemed that when we were struggling, we naturally came together to collaborate and tackle the material. In the same way, hard times unrelated to school also made us band together. The pandemic was a time of uncertainty, and being stuck at home challenged our mental healths. For those of you who helped out or checked in on a friend, thank you. Whether the future looks exciting or daunting or a bit of both to you, I'm confident that as graduates, we are well equipped to navigate life beyond UW. I would like to leave you with a few final messages. Follow your passion. Even if you haven't had a revelation about your own career path yet, use what you have learned about yourself here and continue to learn more by following things that interest you and avoiding things that don't. Your path will become illuminated soon. Keep your UW friends and continue to make new friendships. I think one thing the pandemic taught us is that we all need real social connections. Don't be afraid to reconnect with an old friend or seek out a new one. We all need someone to lean on from time to time. And finally, be grateful and give back. It is a privilege to have attended UW. Remember those who have helped you and continue to help others yourself. Also, let's not forget to take care of our Earth, Turtle Island. Whether you end up working in science or business, use your positions of power to be caretakers of our land. Thank you, and again, congratulations to all.
Thank you, Simon. With our valedictorian leading the way, I have no doubt that all of you graduating today will help lead a brighter tomorrow for all of us. We know from the success of alumni that University of Winnipeg graduates are exceptionally well prepared to pursue advanced study and careers in every imaginable area, and many alum move into prominent and important positions in our city, province, and beyond. I'm confident that you, like those who graduated before you, have received an education that's prepared you to find your path and make an impact on the world. Once again, and on behalf of the University of Winnipeg, congratulations, graduates, and best wishes for a future filled with personal satisfaction, great success, and much happiness. This concludes today's convocation ceremony. I invite everyone to join us just outside for a reception on Marcia Hannon Way. I now recess convocation proceedings until the next ceremony. Please rise and remain in place for the departure of the academic procession.